In the world of online business, everyone knows about the fabled six-figure launch that seems to get a whole lot of media and attention. But for most small businesses, even a five-figure launch would be a total game changer. Think about how you would celebrate if your business had a 20, 30, 40, or even bigger launch. That would be a huge deal. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you 5 tips to have a five-figure launch. These are things that most small businesses aren't doing when they launch, or at least they're not doing all of them, but doing all of them could help their launch to be a whole lot more successful. The first one is plan out content to help you market your product. So in your business, if you have an online business, you probably are creating videos or blog posts or some other type of content on a regular, semi-frequent basis. In the months leading up to your launch, you want to cater that content to your audience and to the audience who you think would be interested in buying your product. So if you are selling a course about copywriting, then you might want to be publishing blog posts about the importance of good copywriting, what good copywriting can do for your business, tips on how to get better at copywriting, a beginner's guide to copywriting. I think you get the picture. Things that people might be interested in if they are going to be interested in a complete course on copywriting later. Now, you don't want to give away everything, but you can give away a whole lot of content that can help to attract people who will be interested in that product later on. Tip number 2 is in those months leading up to your launch and for your launch itself, make sure you schedule everything. You definitely do not want to be doing your launch flying on the seat of your pants, just hoping everything works out okay. You want to plan out everything so that you can carefully lead your prospects from the time that they first meet you all the way up to the time when they finally make a sale. This means planning out your content, it means scheduling your exact open cart dates, it means planning when you'll send certain emails, and everything else that goes into executing this launch, including mapping out when you will actually create the content for your launch. Because it's great if you have a blog post scheduled, but if you don't actually have time to write it, then it's not going to happen. And this leads us to the third tip for a successful launch, and that is to prep as much of your content ahead of time as possible. You don't really want to be writing your emails on the day that you're going to be sending them out, especially when you get to launch week, because you'll probably be emailing your list about every single day. And if you're also dealing with answering people's questions and possibly dealing with tech issues with your online sales system as well, then you might not have the time to write these emails as carefully and thoughtfully as you would like to. So ahead of time, before you need them, if you can sit down and batch create as much of the content as possible, your launch will go a lot smoother and it will be a lot less stressful for you. Tip number 4 for the difference between having a disappointing launch and having a crazy successful launch is to use affiliates. Now, if this is your first launch, you might not want to do this quite yet, but as soon as you've gotten this ball rolling and you know what you're doing, affiliates can make a huge difference in your launch. Affiliates are commissioned salespeople to sell your product. So they are other bloggers or online business owners who work in a similar niche or industry as you, who can promote your product to their audience, and then they receive a cut. Often, if you're selling a digital product, the cut is about 50%, but if it's a service or something where you're actually having to do work after the sale is made, then it's often a lot less. Now, when you're choosing out your affiliates, make sure that you do this the right way. The wrong way is to just pick some people yourself and then say, hey, do you want to help me sell my product? And then give them all the information to sell your product. They're not going to be very motivated, and they probably won't make very many sales for you if it wasn't their idea. So instead, when you're launching your affiliate program for your product, you want to create a whole sales page for your affiliate program, spell out all the benefits, and then share that page with the people who you think might be interested. Let them decide if it's a good fit for them, for their business, and for their audience, because then they'll truly be motivated to promote your product and earn some profit for themselves. Tip number 5 is to focus on your pre-launch. Pre-launch like your launch depends on it, because it does. Now, here's what I mean by this. If you just keep completely quiet until the day that you open up your cart, and then you say, surprise, we have a new product for you, and you try to tell everyone, you're not going to have very many days before the end of your launch to really build up the hype that you need and get that momentum. But instead, if you start a few months beforehand, you will have plenty of time to put out that content into the world, to start attracting your ideal customers, to build up some hype on social media, and even to advertise your products. This gives you a lot more time to build up the momentum that you need to have a crazy successful launch. And then I've got one bonus tip for you. This is tip number 6, and you might say it's tip number 6 for a potential 6-figure launch. Here's the tip. Advertise. So many online businesses think, well, I have an audience on social media, I have an email list, I don't want to spend money on advertising, so I will just share my launch with my existing email list and post about it on social media. Hopefully, I reach enough people. But really, this is just another form of hope marketing. You're hoping that these people get your message. You're hoping that people see your emails and have time to open them, and you're hoping that Facebook bothers to spread your message to as many people as you would like to see it. Businesses that have the most successful launches are paying for advertising. Either Google AdWords, Twitter ads, Facebook ads, one of these different forms that guarantees that their audience will see their message. When you pay for a Facebook ad, it is put in someone's feed, and you're only paying if they click on it or if they actually see it, depending on how you set up your campaign. If you want to have a majorly successful launch, you can't just rely on hope. You need to guarantee that your prospects are seeing your ads, that you're reaching new prospects who haven't even heard of your company before, and that your message is getting out to everyone who might potentially buy. So those are the 5 or 6 tips for a very successful launch. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. I post new videos twice every week about marketing, entrepreneurship, and my entrepreneurial lifestyle. I would love to have you join me for the next one. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.
This October, join me and a motivated group of 1,000 entrepreneurs for the much-anticipated Ready, Set, Launch Challenge. This is a free 4-day challenge that will help you plan out your most successful, most profitable launch ever. To sign up for the challenge, just visit gillianperkins.com/readysetlaunch. As you can see here in the bar, you'll be taken to this page where you'll see exactly how many days, hours, and minutes are left before the challenge kicks off. And then you'll click Take the Challenge and enter in your information. It's completely free and it will guide you through the process. During the challenge, you will get exclusive free access to some of my video trainings that are normally reserved for paying customers. You'll also get daily PDF assignments and access to the challenge Facebook group where you'll be able to post your answers to the daily challenge questions for your chance to win some awesome prizes. I hope you take the plunge and join us for this year's challenge.